Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my faculty colleagues, the families, the friends, and the inductees. My name is Dr. Lauren Barrow, and I am the Center Chair for the Center of Education, Advocacy, and Social Justice. And I am also the faculty advisor for the new Epsilon chapter of the National Criminal Justice Honor Society. I stand here proud and excited to welcome all of you. This is a very full house. We're very happy to see that, who are gathered here to celebrate the 2024 EASE-J Honors Induction Ceremony. In 2019, CHC restructured its academic programs into collaborative learning centers, and the Center for Education, Advocacy, and Social Justice was born. Today, we honor our students and their accomplishments in a center-wide induction ceremony, welcoming honor students into Kappa Delta Epsilon for education, Alpha Phi Sigma for criminal justice and legal studies, and Tau Upsilon Alpha for the human services field. Before we begin, I would like to take a brief opportunity to welcome and introduce our distinguished faculty who are here with us today. When I call your name, please stand, if you're not already standing and running around, which we probably are. Professor Nancy Levitt, Education Partnership and Student Teaching Coordinator. Please come up front, Nancy. Dr. Elaine Green, PHMC Grant and SCPS Administrator. Marie Sheets, Associate Registrar for SCPS and our Veterans Certifying Official. Professor Lori Borger, who always does this to me. She always sneaks out. She's out there, who is an adjunct professor in education. Professor Elizabeth McGowan, please come up. She's an adjunct professor of special education. And Dr. Ryan Murphy, who is an assistant professor in sociology. Please join me in thanking them for their dedication, their commitment, and the selfless sharing of their knowledge to our students. Wait. Okay, I was Anne Marie Leahy, the director of the education. At this time, I'm going to turn the podium over to Sister Marie for the induction ceremony for Kappa Delta Epsilon. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Hope Widmer, and I am the president of the Delta Beta chapter of Kappa Delta Epsilon here at Chestnut Hill College. I would like to welcome all the inductees, faculty and staff, and special guests. I would like to introduce Grace Welsh, who is our vice president. The National Fraternity of Kappa Delta Epsilon, of which you are to become a member, was founded on April 22nd, 1933 in Washington, D.C. In order to gain the proper perspective of the importance of promoting education and the teaching profession, we will provide you with a very brief history of the educational movement.
Education is one of the most significant processes of civilization, and our knowledge of the aims and methods has been made clearer through the work of many leaders. It was Plato and Aristotle who taught that education should foster the development of the fullest life for the individual, though they thought only in terms of the privileged class. John Locke explained that virtue included a knowledge of the world and the capacity to deal effectively with it. And the father of modern educational philosophy, John Dewey, believed that education included all that makes one's own experiences more worthwhile to others, and that enables one to participate more richly in the worthwhile experiences of others.
Inductees who enter Kappa Delta Epsilon must seek not only to find the truth, but to skillfully present it to others, recognizing the nature and importance of the challenges of our educational undertakings. We have joined together so that through our association and study, we may become more fruitful workers in this greatest of human tasks. We are pleased to recognize in you that ability, earnestness of purpose, and interest in education that have made you outstanding. Now I ask that all inductees rise and repeat after me the Pledge of Kappa Delta Epsilon, which can be found in your booklet. I thought you were. I solemnly affirm that I will ever be loyal to Kappa Delta Epsilon, that I will endeavor to live in accord with its high ideals, and through both giving and receiving, will seek to increase my usefulness in the teaching profession. It is now my privilege to light this candle signifying your pledged intention to accept the responsibility of membership in Kappa Delta Epsilon at the national level and in the Delta Beta chapter at Chestnut Hill College. In accepting the responsibility of this membership, it is appropriate that you know the meaning of Kappa Delta Epsilon, which comes from the Greek words meaning a circle of well-trained teachers. It is hoped that you will remain true to our founding and always foster a spirit of fellowship, uphold high standards of scholastic achievement, and maintain professional ideals. It is my privilege to light this second candle signifying the desire to uphold the ideals of our founding. Since the main objective of education in a democracy is to provide the opportunity for each individual to attain the highest possible development, the well-trained teacher occupies a position of unmistakable responsibility. The words Kappa Delta Epsilon symbolize the teacher as an interpreter, a guide, and a friend. To signify responsibility of a well-trained teacher, I now light the third candle.
The Kappa Delta Epsilon coat of arms symbolizes the idealism of the organization. The shield of Kappa Delta Epsilon's coat of arms depicts a helmet to protect the warrior's head. The 4 diamond shapes represent 4 light-giving windows of self, nature, society, and God as the only ways of attaining the good life. Okay. The purple fleur-de-lis symbolizes the love of truth, beauty, and goodness.
The crest wreath is entwined in 6 folds, which represent the 6 original chapters of KDE. The final parts of the design are the words Kappa Delta Epsilon inscribed in the ribbon below the shield. Our motto is the Greek word logos, which symbolizes the highest spiritual values in life.
As a local chapter of Kappa Delta Epsilon, we are justly proud of our coat of arms and its inspirational sources. As Vice President, I charge each of you to keep its high purpose deep within your hearts. At this time, please come forward as your name is called, sign the registration book, and receive your pin and certificate.
Nicole Collins. Karima Conyers. Veronica Bolt. Rachel Gonzalez. Rebecca Roebuck. Bernicia Salmon Lawton. Nikita Stanley. Tiffany Weidman. Erica Williams. Brian Brownback. Delzea Colbreth. Caroline Davidson. Gabriella Davis. Kira Dean. Michaela DeCesar. June Dodson. Emily Dugan. Jason Fisher. Lillian Frias Bueno. Madison Leamy. Eleftheria Leventis. Antonia Linus. Lauren Matthews. Alanis Medina. Talia Meyer. Morgan Newsom. Sierra Rogovich. Abigail Salomon. Emily DeCarrick. Karan Workman. Let's give our inductees a round of applause.
I take great pleasure in admitting you into Kappa Delta Epsilon and do hereby declare you to be members of the Delta Beta chapter at Chestnut Hill College. Congratulations.
Before we leave this evening, we would like to get a picture of all of our new and existing members, so please make sure to stay around for the photo afterwards.
Alpha Phi Sigma was founded in September of 1941 and began with only 14 chapters. It is now in over 360 educational institutions across the country. The new Epsilon chapter joined the Chestnut Hill community in 2012. The criminal justice and legal faculty would like to take this opportunity to remind the students and their families that their liberal arts education is the means by which they have learned the following: to recognize the wonders of science, to appreciate the beauty of great literature and art, to use well their own language, to learn the lessons of history, to speak and read the languages of other people, to study the social and political forces of our world, and to discuss the thought and philosophy of other ages. Tonight, you are being honored for your achievement in all of these lessons. Your accomplishment bears witness to the sacrifice, commitment, and belief that you have in yourself, that your family has in your potential, that your faculty has in your future, and that society has in your leadership. Those four components are like the wheels of a car. All are needed to move forward. Your major or minor in criminal justice or law further provides a unique perspective from which to practice your roles as citizens both in the United States and as members of the global community. You are now in a position to point the way to a wiser, more just, and more tolerant society. Tonight, we honor our new inductees as they hold the key to our future. So appropriately, as part of your induction into New Epsilon, you will receive the Alpha Phi Sigma pin, a gold key that bears 3 elements: the scales of justice, embedded in a shield of honor, and flanked by the columns of learning. Today, we initiate 5 students as new members of the New Epsilon chapter of Alpha Phi Sigma here at Chestnut Hill College. These 5 students represent majors in criminal justice or law, pre-law, who have met the requirements for membership in accordance with the rigorous criteria set forth by the National Constitution of Alpha Phi Sigma and with the strict requirements of the Association of College Honor Societies. They have achieved a 3.2 or higher GPA in both their major courses and their overall GPA, which effectively places them in the top 35% of their class. Candidates, when I call your name, please come up to receive your certificate and remain standing to state your oath. Bernadette Beebe. Siobhan Boylan. Okay, so quick point here. The weather has made our other recipients have to go to their games because they had been postponed last week or floated. We're not sure which one. So I will read their names, but they are unable to be here due to rescheduling of their athletic obligations. Virginia Madison Perry, Brian Wall, and Rachel Yannick. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. In the presence of family and friends, gathered here assembled. I, your name, do hereby solemnly promise to uphold the ideals of excellence and academic tradition of Alpha Phi Sigma. Okay, to uphold the ideals of excellence and academic traditions of Alpha Phi Sigma, to maintain high moral character in reflection of the mission of New Epsilon and Chestnut Hill College, to support through loyal service the local and national community, and to hold with confidence the mission of this Criminal Justice Honor Society. Congratulations to our new inductees. I will now turn this over to Dr. Elaine Green. Thank you.
Today is a very special day because we are going to honor some very special people. Each one of our honorees has a dream that they believe in. They are here because they have excelled academically, and they are all committed to the field of human services. In November 2006, the Board of Directors for the National Organization for Human Services approved the establishment of a National Honor Society, Tau Upsilon Alpha. In order to launch the society, volunteers formed an Honor Society Advisory Committee to develop bylaws and other basic components. The team mirrored the breadth and diversity of human services because it includes students, faculty, administrators, and practitioners. NOHS regions from across the country were representative. Members created an honor society whose mission is to honor academic excellence, to foster lifelong learning, leadership and development, and to promote excellence in service to humanity.
The significance of the emblem. When inducted into Tau, each member receives a membership pin. The pin consists of the Tau logo, which symbolizes the efforts of human service professionals in their work to empower people through education and service. The circle surrounding the figures in the center of the logo indicates the focus that human service professionals place on attending to the needs of the whole person and in the communities in which the person interacts. The figures within the circle, in varying sizes and colors, indicate the work done with persons of all ages, abilities, and ethnic groups. Excellence in service to humanity is inscribed on the society banner to remind members that their membership in the organization is based on commitment to excellence in providing service to others, as well as their academic achievement. The dominating three colors used in the emblem were chosen because royal blue denotes intelligence, stability, and unity. White symbolizes purity of thought and goodness. Gold represents wisdom. The three Greek letters are an expression of the ideals of human services. Tau meaning life, Epsilon meaning foundation for everything that comes, and Alpha meaning first. Together, these letters and colors indicate our desire to be all we can be as individuals and in our profession as human service workers in order to empower those we serve.
Human services is a relatively new discipline made up of competent, hardworking, and committed individuals who strive for quality service delivery. Human services is an extremely broad term. It encompasses many different ways of helping people, such as government programs like Head Start, nonprofit agencies like the Public Health Management Corporation, and private agencies such as Home Instead. We believe that the best definition is a broad one: activities that focus on helping people in need live better lives. These activities can take many forms. Seated here are people who want to be directors, peer support professionals, case managers, direct support professionals, etc. As you can tell, their specific goals differ. What does not differ is their commitment to helping others. Now you will hear about their commitment in their own words. My mission in life, quote, my mission in life is to reach and help as many people as I possibly can. Quote, I want to make a positive difference in others' lives, to serve others so may others have improved quality of life. Quote, I'm deeply committed to the field of human services, driven by a firm belief in the power of compassion and support in transforming lives. Quote, I believe in delivering quality services to all individuals to support their goals of improving health and wellness in all areas of life. Quote, I am dedicated to helping others, to be empathetic to the needs of others without bias and judgment. Quote, I am committed to continuing to support vulnerable populations in every capacity as possible. And finally, quote, I believe everyone deserves help and a chance quality of life. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate. But before we do that, I have to say that I know a lot of you, this may be your first time on campus because you've been taking online courses. And we're committed to the flexibility and what that offers you. The disadvantages, I talk to you on the phone, I send you emails, and there's so many of you I don't know who you are. So we're all kind of feeling that. We kind of walked into the room and we're like, and then all of a sudden I heard some names and I saw some faces. So we have already contacted the national office for your official certificates, but because this date of this induction was so early, we have pseudo certificates for you this evening. And then at graduation, at the grad finale or at the commencement, you will receive the honor cord, which is the white, the blue, and the gold colors. You'll also receive your pins as well. And your name will be listed in our commencement program with all other honor societies, so you will see that there as well. So I just wanted to explain that. Okay, Latoria Anderson. Camille Bowens with the pretty red jacket. Rashida Harris. Philip Leopold. Brendan McGurk. Ayanna Smith. And Amoy Taylor. And if people are here from Human Services, if we can go out to the rotunda when the ceremony is over so we can get a group photograph as well. And thank you. Thank you for all the family, the friends, the support. It's just so nice to see such a large crowd here this afternoon. So thank you for coming.
So this is the unscripted part. It's hard to believe that in a few weeks we'll be saying goodbye to our seniors and sending them into the world, but this event marks the beginning of a month of celebration here at Chestnut Hill, and we are so proud and so honored that our students will go forth and do the things that they've been trained to do. This concludes the official induction ceremony. There are lots of faculty here. I invite you to stay. We have some light refreshments in the back. Please take the opportunity to get some photographs and to visit with your faculty. And I just want to say thank you so much to the to the friends and family of everyone here, as well as to the students. This is an incredible showing, and it makes us all really humble and proud. So thank you to all of you as well. And then if I could, just one last thank you to our faculty who work tirelessly every day on, to bring your students the best experience that they can have.